Okay, so this is a long one, but a good one. This is everything you need to know about our incoming economic structure and how it's going to directly affect the Canadian housing market, specifically in the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area. First things first, markets overreact every single time. If your buying and selling plan is just watch the news and panic, you're doing it wrong. Smart homeowners don't get jerked around about the short-term noise that is on the news. Hi everyone, my name is Allia Akkad. I'm an active, aggressive real estate agent in the Greater Toronto area, operating out of Oakville and servicing Toronto West all the way to Hamilton. And I create a market update video every single month. Just the cold, hard data and not the scary headlines that are meant for clickbait. And if this is something of interest in you, make sure you like and subscribe and never miss another video. Tariffs, volatile market conditions, and consumer confidence is all in the news these days, and it kind of feels like the doom and gloom economic news we were getting back in 2020 when COVID struck the world and companies were planning all these lockdowns, shutdowns, and layoffs. And a lot happened that could have been avoided, and we are actually seeing a lot of the bad things that happened because of the volatile market that we were in 2022. At the end of this video, I will summarize what you could do right now to prepare for this economic shift and how to avoid the pitfalls so many homeowners and current homeowners are facing since the spring of 2022 at the peak of the market as a result of the low interest rates and the low inventory, which we're going to see soon, or somewhat see soon, kind of. So let's get into the numbers first. Home buyers continue to benefit from a lot more choice in the Greater Toronto area resale market in February 2025. Home sales last month were down compared to the same period last year, while the inventory of homes available for sale remained relatively high, providing substantial negotiating power for home buyers, indicating a buyer's market. Many households in the Greater Toronto area are eager to purchase a home, and current mortgage rates made it difficult for the average household income to comfortably afford and cover the monthly payments on a particular property. Fortunately, we are anticipating more declines in borrowing costs in the coming months, which should improve affordability. And on top of the lingering affordability concerns, home buyers have arguably become less confident in the economy. Uncertainty about our trade relationships with the United States have likely prompted some households to take a wait-and-see approach towards buying a home. So if this trading war uncertainty is not going away, the borrowing costs will continue to trend lower, and we could see a much stronger home sale activity in the second half of this year. GTA reported 437 home sales through the TREB's MLS system in February 2025, which is down by 27.4% compared to February the year before. New listings in the MLS system amounted to 12,066, up by 5.4% year over year. And on a seasonally adjusted basis, February sales were down month over month compared to January 2025. Could this have been those big snowstorms we received? I don't think it was just that. But the MLS Home Price Index Composite benchmark was down by 1.8% year over year in February 2025, bringing the average sale price to $1,084,547, which is down by 2.2% compared to February of 2024. And on a month-over-month basis, the MLS HPI Composite said that the average selling price edged lower after the seasonal adjustment. So there are two scenarios that we could see happening in 2025. The first scenario is the lower interest rates are going to be aiding up this pent-up demand from buyers who are sitting on the sidelines who can finally afford the monthly payments of the mortgage, bringing buyers back to the market. And with all this tariff talk, however, some buyers are afraid of losing their jobs, may not consider buying real estate until they feel more employment stability. And this will trigger the Bank of Canada to further lower the interest rates to aid in the economy and providing relief. With that being said, this may trigger more affordability with a minor price growth or moderate price growth throughout the GTA, as we are still in short of supply and demand. It's still there, it's sitting on the sidelines, but it's still there. The second scenario we're gonna see is we're gonna see a drop in housing prices that we are already seeing. We just mentioned a 2.2 price decrease in February. The market is actually correcting itself from those pandemic days. So in 2022, at the peak of the market, I mean, we're all the way down here now from 2022. So we are seeing a correction. It's not as low as it was 5 years ago, but it is a lot lower from 2022. We're currently in a buyer's market, and we may remain in the buyer's market as we're seeing a lot of foreclosures and an uptake in bank sales on the MLS. And this is going to be competing with the already saturated inventory of homes, especially in the Hamilton region and a few in the Toronto region, mostly in the condo sector as well. This will be creating a downward pressure on price as banks just want to sell the house for whatever price it is, just to get their investment back. And if it comes with some gravy, great. Currently, I am actually seeing more homes that were purchased less than 3 years ago at the peak of the market in 2022 that are going up for sale at a much lower price than what it was purchased for. It's a hard pill to swallow for those homeowners that purchased at the peak of the market in 2022 that have to now give up their home and lose the difference in price that they paid for. So there's a lot of those coming, and it's quite sad. So is this a recession or a depression? Last time we saw markets like this was in the 1980s. And for those of you who don't remember or weren't born yet in the 1980s, Google what happened to the real estate market in 1980, where in summary, between 1986 and 1989, housing costs in Toronto increased by about 150%, which is the highest price growth in 4-year escalation to date. Then the housing bubble bursted in 1989, leading to a decline in prices for several years. Now, how to avoid the pitfalls in real estate, not just if you're buying or selling in 2025, but in any type of market. Economics 101. The fundamental concept of supply and demand. In short, buy when no one is buying. And this is when there is an increase of supply, available homes on the market, which is happening right now. And sell when no one else is selling, where there's very little homes available for sale. So when I list a property, I always look at the homes that are available for sale like it, and there's a lot of competition. I do typically wait until those either sold or lost interest before I list a property for sale. The strategy that I use to get homes sold over asking. But if you are in need of buying a home when everyone is also buying a home, then be sure to have an experienced professional realtor like myself who researches the market every single day and knows the type of property you need, so you don't get stuck and feel lost or confused and not very confident in purchasing a home. And if you're selling in a seller's market, great, you still need an experienced realtor who's familiar with that. But if you're selling in a buyer's market, and this is where it gets tricky, get a professional experienced realtor that knows how to market your specific home and create a seller's market with your home. I mean, just don't go for the realtor that just puts the house on MLS. Find a realtor that puts in the work to find you a buyer and not just throw it on MLS and pray for a buyer to come. And finally, we come to the end of the video. Here is what you can do right now to prepare for this economic shift in 2025. Home buyers, plan ahead, get a pre-approval from a mortgage broker or a bank, and only look at homes that are in your budget. Don't go and see homes over your budget and think that you could negotiate with the homeowner that they should sell their home in your budget. That saves so much time and money and stress, and it stops homeowners from getting basically insulted and stressed out. But what you can do right now, save as much money as you possibly can. Refrain from using your credit card for large purchases and live on a budget. As soon as you get your home, then you can do whatever you want. Now, homeowners who are thinking of selling right now, especially in a buyer's market, first, look at the gains from when you purchased the home and not the losses of yesterday's market, what you could have sold it for, or whatever the future market's gonna be. We can't predict it. It's always that the market's gonna get better. Not necessarily. You wanna sell in this market. Your home was never an investment. It's a home that you have to live in and you chose to buy and not rent, and likely it's been more than 5 years, hopefully. And it has appreciated in value because, rule of thumb, hold on to a home in 5 years, you will get your return back and then some, because typically it appreciates after 5 years. And price your home according to the market conditions and homes that are comparable to yours that sold. Don't try to gauge the market of buyers and ask for a price way more than what the comparable sales are. It's a terrible strategy, especially in a buyer's market. That just adds more stress, and in most cases end up selling for less than what the market price is. Properties priced right still sell within 20 days in a buyer's market, and in some cases over asking price. If you have any questions about buying or selling real estate in the Greater Toronto Area, I invite you to call me, hop on, and we can do a discovery call where we can go over in great depth a good plan for you and what you should expect in terms of what if you're thinking of selling or buying this year. My contact information is below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more market updates. See you soon.